Hello, welcome to a new game Let's Play on my channel. This is, as you can see, Farming Simulator 15 with your host here, Ep1. We're starting this one from the beginning. And as I said with my Minecraft series, as I am going to do with this one as well, there will be no cutting unless something is taking way too long. I'm going to really strictly be doing it on this one. Our goal in Farming Sim is to basically own all the fields and roughly get maybe 100, maybe not even that, maybe like 50 million in cash just from doing the entire game as it stands. We will be doing a little bit of forestry and a little bit of farming. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. You know, it could be one video is farming, one video is forestry. We could be doing farming and maybe have to do a little bit of forestry to get whatever we need. So anyway, this video is I'm going to try to run them about an hour long, depending on if my computer, because I'm still on the same old computer, can record and play this game at the same time. With Minecraft, it's getting a little annoying. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the tutorials. I'm not going to be doing multiplayer just yet, anyway, on multiplayer. Achievements, I've played the game quite a bit, so I've actually got most of them unlocked. What we are going to do is we're going to go into options real quick, and I have a lot of mods. But I don't think I need all of them. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, it says that, well, never mind that. If I actually have to delete them, I don't want to, because there's several places that I use. Okay, so of course we're gonna do English. That doesn't matter. Automatic help on, yeah, we'll go ahead and leave that on. Unit measurements, kilometers, yeah. So basically I'm just going to use the entire thing. Dirt, we're going to have it get dirty fast, because where I live, I mean, we basically live on nothing but dirt. Traffic, yes, we're going to have on. Now graphics and miscellaneous I should already have set. Alright, so that's how we're gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna click save. You'll see a little bit of a drop screen, and then it should come back on. This computer doesn't like well, maybe it'll load back up. Alright, hopefully it came back up. Okay, so now we're going to get started with a career. Now, like I said, I've already got a few careers going. And I've got a few maps too. But we're going to start normal this time, for now. We're going to start in the very first map, which is, I'm not going to pronounce it, you guys can pronounce it, because I don't know the European names for it or anywhere else. So we're going to start with the very first map that 2015, or that the Farm Sim 15 offers. And like I said, I think our goal is going to be to own all of the fields that this map offers. Excuse me. and to have at least 50 million before we go on to either another map or anything. I have all the mods that are in the game are basically mods that are for like multiplayer servers and stuff, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to try not to use mods in this map. Yes, they are in the game, but I'm not going to use them. I'm only going to use in-game equipment. So that means that we will be getting forestry equipment when we do that from in-game. Sorry, that's my heater, my little foot heater. All of our forestry equipment is going to be in-game equipment. All of our farming equipment is going to be farming equipment. Alright, here we go. We're hitting the start button. Course play, nope, we're not going to use course play. We're not going to use course play. No, I don't need the tutorial because I already know what's in the game. Okay. Okay. We're not too bad on bouncing. Hopefully it's not too bad for you. Alright, so for starters, as you can see, there's a couple of scripts already that you can see. There's like a fast forward script, and then there's the heads up display. Now the heads up display mod, we might actually use it because of the fact that you really don't have, I mean, you have oh crap, I have that one in, oh well. So this is the PDA mod, I think it's called. So I guess we'll have to be using that. So we'll have to guess at some of the there's a mod that I have installed that I guess it's this PDA mod, but what it is it keeps you from looking at like the how the fields, I mean, you basically have map, weather, storage, prices, finances, animals, statistics, and that's it. In game, you actually have the ability to look at the fields to see which fields they're growing. I haven't figured out. It's a mod that I really don't care to play with, but I have it in the game, so it's gonna have to be. There's also a mod in here that makes the fields act kind of like well, it makes the crops take longer to grow and everything, which is kind of an odd thing, but it's okay. I may uninstall, or not really uninstall, but I'll remove them out. In fact, actually, just a minute. We're going to take a minute to pause. We're going to take a minute to pause. I know I said I wasn't going to do any of that, but we're going to take a minute to pause. I'm going to go get rid of all the mods so that we're playing the vanilla game. And then I'll just have to move them back and forth when I want. Okay? So give me just a few minutes. I'll get that straightened out, and then we'll continue. Okay, we're back, and I've finally got I got all the mods moved out, so that we should not. Yep, we do not have any mods installed. We don't have the heads-up display, which is fine. Let me just double check in here. Yep. Okay. So the only mods that we have are the in-game, are the ones that Giant has permanently in the game. Okay. So where does that lead us with this? Okay, so basically that's what we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do is, like I said, we're gonna try to own all of the fields and have a surplus of 50 mil, just like we would, just like a real farm would. So what that means is we're going to be a lot of hard work in these hour-long shows. We'll have like, yep, we know the straw. I'm gonna leave those up for you just to read them, you know, like that, because I've read them already. And okay, I read them. I've already know where everything's at. We're just kind of doing a little looky-see right here. See, just to kind of show you where everything's at. I'll run through the vehicles of what we have and everything. So over here we got storage units. Over there are the silos. We'll get to them in a minute. Down here is where the seed is. The potatoes. And one thing that 2015 adds that 2013 did not have was 2015 has wood chips. And it has forestry on it. So forestry is actually included on this one. Where Farming 13 only had forestry was like a add-on. It was a mod that you had to add. And we got fertilizer here. Little log cabin over here. Somebody, this must have been the first homestead or something. It's in really good shape actually. They look like they take care of it pretty good. We got another little home right there. Here's our silos. We have another building over here. And we have a water trough here so that we can get water. And ironically enough, I think this is the only water trough on, excuse me, this map. I have not seen another water trough. There might be a few that I haven't seen already, so don't yell at me if I haven't, because I haven't actually been all the way around the map yet. I've been to some places, but not much. Okay, so vehicles. I'm going to hit the tab. So we are starting off with a Karma. I think that's in German or something, so I don't know how to pronounce it. With the heads, let's go ahead and pick that up. We are not using hired help. We will not be using hired help. So everything that I do on the farm, hang on, that sounds a little high still. That's the wrong one. Oh, shut up. I hate that. Sorry people for the dinging. That's one thing that is weird with I'm running 20 or Windows 10, and that is weird having that sound thing when you adjust the volume. Okay, so we have this combine. We have this tractor with that with the trailer. Okay. We have a third tractor over here. Let's go ahead and get everything kind of hooked up and everything. We have this tractor. Okay. Now we have a fourth tractor, and it's over here at the farm, at the shop. Now that's a cheaty way to take and get over here to the shop, but since it's here, I'll do that, and then I'll drive it back to the farm. Actually, tell you the truth, they give you like I believe it's 5. No, I believe it's 4 tractors. Let me look. They give you like 2 of these. Oh, okay, there's only 2. Okay. Well, they actually give you like 4 tractors. I've found that this farm can sustain itself with just these 2 tractors. So we could go ahead and get rid of these 2. That would give us a little bit of money. A little bit of a leeway since we only have $6,000. So this is all the vehicles that we own, all the stuff that we own. We own 2 of those, 2 of these, or actually we own 1 of those, 2 of those, 1 of these. We own basics. Now, I know some of you are probably going to yell at me, but I'm going to sell the plow as well, because I don't need the plow right now, because 1, I'm not in a position that I want to take and pull the fields together. I don't want to do that yet. I want all my separate fields, because you only own 3 when you start off. So for that, I think what we're going to do is, this one of the little tractors. Haramel. What were we just looking at? We were looking at, yeah. So the H488. Okay. The H488. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and sell this tractor since it's already sitting here. There's another one of these setting, I think it's at the cow pen. Oh no. Oh no, it's sitting right here. Actually, you know what? We'll sell that other one, but we'll keep this one. We'll keep the 2 big tractors. We'll go ahead and sell this one. Because we don't need a 4th tractor. We cannot sustain a 4th tractor right at the moment. Okay. Is that it? I think that's it. Alright, let's get started with this. I think the first thing that we're going to try to buy is we're going to try to get a lot bigger head for this combine. Because the combine itself holds this entire field, or anyway, at least half the field here. But the head, it takes forever to do these fields. So what we need to do is get a bigger head to start with for this combine, so that we can combine a little bit quicker and get stuff off. Now, since we don't own any hay equipment, and I'm not about to take out a loan, because we already start off with $100,000 in debt, so what I'm going to do is just kind of work on trying to get some of the equipment upgraded. Now I know we could go for trying to get cows started and everything, but I think my biggest thing right now would be to get this combine updated. You see, we only got 3,800. Almost missed that. We only got 1 strike. One pass of the field, we only got like 300. Actually, I'm going to say about 400 liters, I guess it is. Yeah, off of this field. So in order for us to quickly take this field off, we need a bigger head. See right there, we started just a little above 400 and we're at 77.7. That's not enough. That's so we're going to be able to get this entire field. All right. So we'll get this field done. Then we got to cultivate this field, and there's a second field that we have to cultivate. So we'll probably cultivate that one first, and then we'll get this one cultivated. So what I'm going to do is basically all of this is going to go back in to the field. Now, I know in Farming Sim, the hay, when you cultivate grass, it doesn't really do anything. But I actually truthfully do live on an actual farm. And I live near farms too that combine. And what would happen is when this goes back into the farm or the land, it actually is kind of a extra fertilizer. You're actually putting nutrition back into nutrients and stuff back into the soil by in the case of the farms around here, this would actually be plowed back in. Okay. So we're almost, we've got what, 4 passes on this, and we're up to 32% in our thing. So we might actually get, you know, maybe three combines off. But yeah, we do need to get a bigger, at least a bigger head for this thing. And then at a later date, we could buy the plow back and maybe pull these 2 big fields together and those 2 fields over there, 24 and 25, which you see on the mini map down there. We could pull those fields together, make us a couple of bigger fields here, and just all around make everything a little bit better. So anyway, so hopefully this new series and stuff will kind of be accepted into the ranks a little bit. The hardest part about making videos, finding stuff to talk about. So anyway, on the comments of down in the comments of this video, I will gladly take your opinion on what I should do and everything, but let me inform you that if it conflicts with what my brain says to do as like a realistic type of thing, or a realistic scenario, then don't get mad if I don't do it, because if the way you're telling me to do something isn't the way any of us that actually farm is correct, then I will not do it. Plain and simple. I'm sorry for that. And if you get mad and you tell me that you're going to unsubscribe because you don't feel that I have done anything, done what you want, or I said that I was not going to do it or anything, I'm okay with that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we don't see eye to eye. Sorry that you're leaving my channel because of it, but you know. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say for that. So I think we might grab. We might not in this episode, and maybe not even in the next episode. Oh, and by the way, these episodes are going to be at least once a week, and maybe I'll have more content for you to listen to besides me just rambling about farming. Yeah, so anyway, wow, it's only been 30 minutes and it feels like I've talked for an hour. Oh well. Cool, we've got 70% in our thing, and see, we're over half done. We're at 70% and we're over half done with this field. So yeah, so there's not much in this field. Like I said, we might get one or two, who knows. Anyway, but this might not be too entertaining for those that, you know, want this. So I guess if you're annoyed with the fact that you watching me going back and forth, I guess you can skip forward to the areas where I either derp up too much or getting on to the next area. But I feel as a actual farmer in real life, I need to actually follow what I've been taught by my parents and my grandparents and those that I have worked with. I need to follow those guidelines even in the game. I mean, even though I know it's a game and stuff, but I like playing it as realistic as I possibly can. So, all right, we're up to 80, about 84% now. We might wind up with having, oh, hello. We might wind up with having about another half a load on this. So, whoa, that was a long time. Sometimes I think the brakes on this thing don't work in this game. Let me just put it that way. Because it's like you hit the brake and sometimes it's like it doesn't even feel like it's going to slow down. But that could be just me. Alright, when we get to the other end and turn around, we'll have to grab the little tractor over there. And the reason why I'm looking down is because, see, when I look up, the frame rate that I have drops, and that's because of my computer being not strong. So if I have it pointed down over the top of the machine that I'm running, and not only that, but it's just with the outside camera, it's just easier to see where the head is. Oh, we might actually fill. Dang. Alright, in a situation like this where the pipe is on the off side, you don't want you wouldn't have the driver drive over the top. So what the combine driver would do is back out of the line, pull the pipe, open the pipe up, and then the truck would drive under, pick up all the thing. Hold on, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Oop. Drive under, empty out the combine, and then the combine driver would go back to combining the field. Yeah. So in this case, we'll just oh, if I can aim. Yep. Alright. No, we don't have to cheat here. We can just hop out. Walk around. Hop in. So, anyway, that's how you would do it in real life. Technically, if in real life, if I had a helper, actually, that lane that's just to the not the immediate right, but the next one over, the tractor would actually come up as I'm coming up in that one, empty me all the way to the other side, and then I would make my turn and come back, and then I would be able to pick all that up, and then he'd be able to empty me out when I get to the end. Run over that. Yeah, I'm trying to be realistic, and guess what? I drive over the top of everything. That's funny. That would be funny. Okay. We'll wait for that to pop out. Switch that. Okay, guess it wasn't enough for it to do anything. Weird. There's only one thing that I have to complain to about the mechanics of this game compared to 2013 is the fact that the control of the header for this game is not right. You see, in 2013, in the 2013 version of Farming Sim, it didn't matter whether you had the body of the combine selected or the head of the combine selected. You could control both with no problem. It's like right now. See, I have the head selected on the combine. I cannot turn off the combine. I cannot turn off the combine while the head is selected. Vice versa, if I have the body of the combine selected, I can't lower the head. I can't lower the head without selecting it. On 2013, you could do that. Either way. You could select the head and be able to turn on and off the combine. Vice versa, if you had the combine body selected, you could turn on, you could lift and lower the head. Now the only thing that you couldn't do was, like, if there was extras on the head, like to move the reel up and down or forward and backwards, you would have to select the head. But that's pretty common with any type of machinery. But it's the fact that we have lost functionality of being able to control whether I can lift the head up while having that the body of the combine selected, or to be able to turn on and off the combine while I have the head selected. It seems like even though you get a little bit better, even though you get a lot better, I'm going to say a little bit better stability for the game, in a way, because 2013 didn't have a whole lot of stability on things, and plus there was a lot on 2013 that was really missing that 2015, that Farm Sim 15 has. But you basically are losing a little bit more control, like the ability to be able to lift and lower the head of the combines. And it's not just the combine either. There's a few other machines that I've noticed that don't have quite as good of stuff as 2013 had. Alright, so this one's done. So in the real world, or on an actual farm, what the combine drivers would do, which I'm going to do here, is, you see how this shut off and everything, this is all turned off and everything? When they're done with the field, when they're completely done with the field, and they're wanting to make sure that the machine doesn't have, any little bit, because in this game it's not really, it doesn't really work this way, but what would happen is the combine operator, I should say, would keep everything running, the head, the body of the combine, everything, while they're unloading the last little bit out of the combine. So it's like here, I'm in, I'd start it up, and basically what would be happening is you're just sitting here letting the entire system run just a little bit. On regular combines, down in the body, there's not a very good picture of the body. This is a fake combine, by the way. I just noticed that. Yeah, there's no opening up in there. But anyway, so what would happen is they have grates and stuff inside for the kernels to fall down, and what they would do is they would kind of move them back and forth just a little bit with the levers and stuff to make sure that every little last bit of corn, I don't know why I got out of that thing, every last little bit of corn comes out. And then as soon as they're satisfied that everything's out, then they'll shut it completely down and they'll take it over, and then they'll take it back to the farm and everything. So that's how I'm gonna do it. When you see me run like there, if you see me run the combine in the future with nothing coming out of there, and I'm sitting there for like, you know, which seems to be a long time, which is would only be a couple minutes, then don't yell at me because I still have a combine running and not combining anything, because that's how it works. Oh wait, no, we're on the right side of the road. Alright, so we're gonna get this dumped off. We're gonna go grab the cultivator, and we're gonna start cultivating that field. I think it's field 31. I'm storing this just for now because I want to get going on. Back at this a little bit. That was almost too close to the thing. I want to get going on getting these fields replanted. So I think we're just gonna, where I'm gonna park this is I'm just gonna pull over here. I'm gonna pull up and around like so. I don't know what that gravel thing is right there, but this is where we're gonna park it. Alright, so we need to go to this tractor. Alright. So now cultivating, I'm okay with cultivating. I just don't know anyone around here who actually really just cultivates. There's a machine that a lot of you probably don't know what it is, but to the people that actually know what it is that I'm talking about, they'll understand what it is. But around here we just use a piece of equipment called a disc, and basically what it is it has two vertical bar cylinders with what look like very shallow like wok bowls. And to anybody that doesn't know exactly what a wok bowl is, a wok is just it kind of looks like it represents a pan, but it's a lot larger and a lot steeper. And a shallow one of that would be like let's say your regular wok is like 12 inches deep, but it's like 16 inches wide, and it's like, I'm gonna say actually 11 inches deep. A shallow one of that would be like, it's actually like about 24 inches wide, and it's roughly 6 to 7 inches deep. And there's like, I don't know, depending on how big it is, there could be a few of them. Well, I say a few of them, but like a dozen and a half of them lined up, or there could be literally 2 to 3 dozen set up on them. And sometimes they're alternated. Like you have one set that's in a V, that's the middle of the V is facing towards the tractor, and another set is in a V similar, but it's opposite direction of the one. And sometimes, especially around here, sometimes you can just use it to actually turn the dirt. Sometimes. Other times you actually need to plow it and then do it. And then there's actually 2 more pieces of equipment that Farm Sim 15 and Farm Sim 13 does not actually have as a base equipment for the game. One is called a roller harrow, and basically what it is it's got basically two lines of wheels. Now these wheels have 2 different types on them. One kind of looks like a double-sided sledgehammer, which what this one does is it like, let's say if you have a ground that's really cloddy, excuse me, let's say you have ground that's really cloddy, okay, and in order to break up the clods so that you have nice, dirt for your crops to come up, you have to have a machine that will break up those clods. So what a roller harrow does is the first set, usually they have 2 different types of wheels, metal wheels on them. And the first one, the front set, usually looks like I said, a double-sided hammer, an actual hammer. And what that does is as it comes around, it beats the clods. It basically hits the clod and breaks them up. Now usually right behind those you have 2 sets of teeth that look like the tines that kind of represent the tines on these, but instead of shovels like this one has, it's just the bar with a plate on it. And all those are basically there for is to create weight. So when you start dragging the equipment through the dirt, those tines literally hook on the dirt and create a downward force, which then your front wheels, set of metal wheels, will then create like a hammer effect and beat the dirt down. Now the back set they still have a knob, like right in the center of them. They still have a knob, but they're actually solid on the top with a knob. And what these are actually your compacting wheels. So you have 2 different set of wheels on it, and it does like the purpose of like two separate pieces of equipment. So the other piece of equipment that I noticed is not in the game, which technically doesn't really need to be in the game because you don't have the physics to generate it. But another one that would be good to have, would be nice to see in it, is what is called a land level. And basically what it is it's usually a machine that is at least up to 14 feet. It's usually these are no less than 14 feet. They can be anywhere from 14 feet to, I'd say the largest I've ever seen around here is like an 18-footer, because we don't have quite the side roads to support any bigger of equipment there like that. But anyway, this land level, to sum it up real quick, because we're getting about that time to stop to end the episode. So basically, to sum up what the land level does, is it takes out the high and low spots in the field, leaving you with pretty much a flat surface on the field. And really, truthfully, the flat surface just makes it in such a way it's easier for like the combines and the what they call swathers, which basically what a swather is it just it's like the mowers and the teeterer and the windrower all in one. It does it all at the same time. Basically, so it has the cutter head, which looks like the grain. Excuse me, which looks like the grain head of a combine, but instead of it being there to cut grain, it cuts your grass, or in a sense it could cut your grain crop if you don't want your grain crop for actual grain. You can cut it. Basically it makes it in such a way that it's like you can cut it for to feed roughage, basically, to cows, or like you can cut it to make bales and do bales. But anyway, that's a completely different machine that I would also like. I see I missed a little spot, but I'd also like to see that implemented in the game as well. It would be kind of cool to have that one like as a very, very like end machine. You know, you purchase all the equipment for, you purchase your mowing equipment, you purchase your teeterer, you have to run all that, and then after a while, you could build up the money to purchase all of that machinery all at once, sell your old machinery, and all that. So, alright, so basically we've got 5 more minutes to go on recording. I'd like to take this time to thank you for watching. Please leave some feedback on how you would like the series to go. You can choose whether or not you want to like or dislike or leave a comment. I mean, if you do leave a like, I will thank you from the bottom of my heart. It is not required. I will not require anyone to take in half to leave a like at all. So Anyway, so we're gonna keep going on these fields. Like I said, I have 5 more minutes on my recording, so I will we'll just talk about some random things and everything. One thing that I would like to take a note is having the right tractor for the right occasion. Yes, it does. Yes, that is a statement that is very well true and well thought of. But I do have to admit that there are some tractors out there that, even though people think that they kind of don't, they wouldn't be able to do some of the stuff. Okay, let me say this. Okay, a little tractor like the little camper, whatever that blue one was, and Farm Sim 15. A lot of people that play Farm Sim 15 will understand which tractor I'm talking about. Yes, that little tractor, to do any of the things that modern farms have, no, it would, unless you're like a hobbyist farm, what they call a hobbyist farm. Now, little tractors like that are kind of being off-put by, I mean, I'm not saying that there's no little tractors out there. There are quite a few. I mean, to name a few brands: John Deere, Massey Ferguson, and Case IH. They still offer little tractors, and hopefully I don't get copyrighted for doing those, because I do not sponsor them. I'm not sponsored by them, nor do I wish to be sponsored by them, but yet I do like their tractors, and hopefully they do not copyright me for mentioning them in my video. But anyway, they do have little tractors, but it seems like the little tractors have more of a purpose as like compact, small garden tractors anymore than, because it's like, take for instance the T4s from New Holland, and no, I'm not sponsored by them either, and hopefully they don't copyright my video for mentioning them. But the T4s are probably the smallest tractor that I could see that would be on a farm. And we're going to go up this last strip, and this will be basically the last pass I do for today. And we'll continue in the next one. But anyway, so those little tractors are probably about the smallest I would ever see for running farms. Now the only thing is the small ones, I can't see them running too big of a farm, because it would basically be like, it's like right now. I mean, we're taking what? An hour. We took an hour to do that field up there and to cultivate, I'm going to say a little over a quarter of this field, okay? Just a little over a quarter of this field. This thing is probably I could look it up, but I think it's like an 80 horsepower tractor. This thing's not struggling with this cultivator, but if I probably get any bigger of a cultivator on here, it's going to struggle. Yeah. Shut up, phone. I know it's time. So anyway, so this little tractor is probably about 80 horsepower, I'm going to say, maybe even 90 horsepower or something. And with this cultivator, it's not struggling at all. Now, like I said, if I got any bigger, like, you know, this is what, 3 feet? No, 3 meters. So if I went up to the 6 meter, then this one would probably start struggling because it's not built for that big of a cultivator. But I have seen tractors that are the same power as this tractor, but they will pull like a 12 meter disc. Now I know a disc is a little bit different than a cultivator, but I mean the amount of, you know, torque that some tractors have, and torque is the measure of the driving force of your wheel, of your gearbox down there, as measured from horses to the torque. There are tractors out there that would definitely outrun some vehicles. So yeah. So I'm not sure where. No, I know where the actual farm is. So we're gonna run over there, and from where we started, which was over here by field 29, up by the main house up here, we're going to end this episode. I will thank you again if you watched. Please leave me a comment if you want me to what you want me to see do on here. As I mentioned before, and I will only mention it one more time, like, I do appreciate likes. They are not required. We're going to chill out here on the porch, and until the next episode, this is your host, HardTruck1, for Let's Farm on whatever map this is. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. I don't know the maps. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the map. But until then, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode, and have a really nice day.